Okay.
If you insist.
So, last time on Waterderp, you all had a chat with Jarlaxle Bainray. It went well.
Fucking lie, and you know it.
Somehow it ended without everyone trying to kill each other. But essentially, I think it more or less ended with you telling him thanks, but no thanks.
Putting it generously.
Sure. He basically did his motive rant and explained his motivations for wanting the money. Gave some vague threats about how it's a bad idea to have that much money when so many dangerous factions are looking for it, yada yada yada. After he left, you basically... first of all, Thalos and Ace sort of went on a sort of mission together to start to put together a plan to potentially storm the Sea Maiden's Fair.
Blow up a boat.
Yep. They stopped by a bank that was worked at by by Brongash, the fellow that Ace is looking to find, and found out that he is probably at the Xanathar's lair, which you then started devising plans to go after at some point. Made some other stops at... Sylvia went to the Yawning Portal, talked to Balloon, found out that they are also planning to attack the Xanathar's lair at some point to take out the Mind Flayer who made the Intellect Devourer that took over Balloon's body, and stop the flow of them from corrupting other figures in the city. So that started to come into motion. You also got resurrected the Harper spy from the Xanathar's lair, Thorfinn Twinbeard, and got away without, Sylvia was not totally, she was not arrested or executed or anything, thankfully. She seemed to have gotten away with it.
Yes.
Yes. You went to see the monk, whose name slips my mind, Hlam, trained a little, and then visited the field ward where Sylvia paid a visit to the family of an old acquaintance. You also took out some Xanathar thugs in said field ward, and found out where their outpost was, and there was some debate as to whether or not you were actually going to go to that outpost. I think you concluded that there wasn't really any valuable information that would be gained from going there that you didn't already have access to, or would shortly. The last thing you found out, which you actually found out earlier, but I just saved to last, was that Jarlaxle, while you didn't exactly end with an alliance with him, he did provide you with another lead on the Stone of Golorr, which he said that the one you found was a fake. But he said that the person who had the stone last, Fenris Stormcastle, was taken to a courthouse for questioning in the castle ward, and he gave you directions to that courthouse. So, after all of these errands, you gathered yourselves, and I believe were making your way to the courthouse in question.
Oh, wasn't the leader of the Xanathar Guild a beholder too?
Yes, that was something that you learned from talking to Thorfinn Twinbeard, the Harper spy.
Literally Xanathar the Beholder.
Yep. So that'll be interesting. Oh yeah, and Thalos also visited his sister, and tried to get the help of the Order of the Gauntlet for the eventual Jarlaxle crushing.
Ship kaboom, whatever works.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, coming back into things, you're all making your way towards the courthouse. Is there anything you wanted to do on the way there?
Not exactly.
All right. You come to the outskirts of the courthouse. You can see there appears to be it's on a sloped incline, so there's the thing where there's a doors leading into the front, and then the doors leading into the back are lower down and go into a sort of lower basement-ish area, where there are guards stationed. There are guards stationed outside all of the courthouse doors, just making sure no one's doing anything untoward. 2 guards per entrance. There's double doors leading in the front and the back. There are 2 entrances in the back, one of which appears to be more of a stable entrance for like a coaches to pass through. What would you like to do?
I will go in through the front.
Okay. The guards
courageously.
Yes. The guards don't stop you. The courthouses are available to the public, at least the waiting rooms. As you are the rest of you entering with her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta
Alright.
keep an eye.
Yep. You enter into what appears to be a waiting room. There are a bunch of desks or a bunch of benches lined against the walls, and a sort of front desk type thing, where a clerk sits. Behind the desk, there are a couple doors which lead to what appear to be records rooms by the signs. There is another, and then angling over to the left, there appears to be a hallway that leads to the more important areas of the courthouse. You can't really see into there from where you are. But yeah, there's a clerk and benches.
I'm just going to obliviously walk to the important shit because I know what I'm doing.
Okay, so you start to walk towards the back of the courthouse, where you see a few doors, basically directly in front of you and to each of your sides. The one to your left are large double doors which appear to lead to the actual courtroom. But as you sort of head in that direction, the clerk like says, "Hey, excuse me, where are you going?"
I'm looking for the bathrooms.
If you wish to speak to the magister, you will have to make an appointment.
Do you want me to piss myself? I mean, I've done that before. I could piss on the floor right now if you want to, or I could use the bathroom.
Make a general make a general charisma check.
Fuck. That's a 6.
Yeah, the clerk snaps her fingers at the guards that are standing by, who start to move toward you.
Guess I'll piss myself.
What?
I'll just lay flat on the floor and pretend to start peeing, but not actually.
Okay, well, the guards are going to attempt to bodily remove you from the courthouse. Do you resist?
No.
Okay.
Why would I?
Anyway,
You watch as Sylvia is dragged from the courthouse.
While this is stupidly going on, I am going to.
She probably isn't close enough to Thalos to trigger the doll this time.
No. Thalos is going to kind of walk off out of their sight and then disguise himself as a guard.
Okay. Give me a. Just give me a stealth roll to see how well you get out of sight.
How about, because I have advantage on those,
Oh, that's true.
How about a 21?
Well, wait, you have advantage to move quietly, yes? It's specific, it specifies like stealth checks to
When you wear these, you make no sound or you have advantage on dexterity, stealth.
to rely on moving silently.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't really moving silently. This is just getting out of sight.
Okay. Do you want me to roll again then?
Did you roll both at the same time?
Yes.
Then yes.
Okay. 18.
Okay, still fine. You manage to find a convenient alcove, and your form shimmers into that of a guard. And now, are you going with like Genericus Guardicus, or are you trying to copy the face of or of one of like the?
You should go with Biggest Dickus. He's a pretty big deal around here.
Biggest Dickus Guardicus.
Yeah. Are you picking any specific?
Biggest.
Are you trying to look specifically like any of the guards that you saw here, or are you just going generic?
No, just a generic looking guy.
Okay.
I got this, guys.
He's looking like a
You
hair
got
man.
this distraction down, yes.
Oh yeah.
So then what I'm going to do is I'm going
Still trying to think through the mechanics of pretending to pee.
Probably a
Pretending to
performance
be while
check.
drunk.
It would probably be a
I'm-
performance.
Okay.
and then I'm going to I'm gonna walk back disguised as the guard, and I will come over to Ace,
Okay.
and I'll walk up behind him, and I'll grab his arm and kind of put it behind him gently.
Okay. Ace, this guard you've never seen comes up to you, or one of the guards of the courthouse comes up to you and does this from your perspective.
And clearly you know whose voice this is. Oi, you just tried to take me wallet. You're gonna have to come with me.
He's just gonna kind of blink at him for a minute and then roll his eyes. Oh, here we go with this again. I didn't take the wallet. You bet it.
Well, you wouldn't mind coming with me for some questions then, would you?
Oh, I've been through this rigmarole before. Let's get it over with.
Fine, come with me.
Thalos, I would like you to make a deception check with advantage since Ace is helping you.
Ha ha! Another 18.
Okay. Yeah, you, the clerk doesn't seem to, bat an eye or anything, as you, well, what would you like to do now?
We're gonna go over to the, holding cells and, take a look-see.
Well, you head towards the back and you see the 3 doors that Sylvia did, the one that seems to lead to the courtroom, and
He said.
then one ahead of you and one to your right. Now, as a guard, you know where the holding cells are, right?
I'm sure we can figure it out.
What do you do?
We're gonna have to look around for them.
Which door do
Haven't
you...
you been in prison before? Haven't you been taken to a
Well,
holding
Thalos has been to prison before, so he should have a good idea.
Give,
Better idea than me. I never got past the questioning part. They never actually arrested me.
give me an intelligence check, actually. That makes sense, that Thalos might have an idea of the layout of these buildings.
15.
Sure, yeah, you think that the door directly ahead of you leads to the lower portions of the courthouse.
Alright, then we'll start there.
Okay, you
Reese
head...
is kind of gonna shrug and keep an eye on whatever the fuck Sylvia's doing.
Okay.
I'm being
Trying to
dragged
pretend
away.
to pee. That's
So-
what you are watching a woman try to figure out how to fake peeing while she is
Yeah,
piss ass,
like
while she is blind ass drunk.
Well,
If only
Syl-
she had the decanter of endless water.
She's probably literally just pouring some of her flask on the ground, sitting over it and go, I peed.
That's actually what my plan was going to be.
well, by this point, Sylvia, you've just been basically thrown out of the front door and have been left on the
She's
street.
just doing that on the side of the
That's
road.
all. That's all.
I mean, what
Okay.
did you expect him to do?
Fine. I'll try to crawl through the back door because fuck those guys.
Yeah, the guards down there are going to. I assume Reese is following you at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna suggest against it. You just made a big noise. They're gonna be keeping their eye on you for a little bit until you leave completely.
I mean,
I'm
it's
here for the Sticky Boys to do their business.
Reese, I actually need to use the bathroom now.
Ah, fuck.
I need to go back in there.
Well, be an adult and pick a different building to find a bathroom in.
They need me.
We specifically need your piss.
Oh no!
Meanwhile, all this is going on. I'm kind of standing in the middle of the reception area, his head doing like a 360 degrees, still trying to process what the fuck just happened.
Only I can sodomize the floor correctly.
She probably thinks she's christening it.
Yeah, while this is going on, Thalos, you escort Ace down a flight of stairs into a sort of antechamber type room, which has two doors leading to the north and south out of it. You think that the south door probably leads to another waiting room, specifically for those waiting to visit prisoners.
Yeah.
And the north one would actually lead to the cell block and other assorted buildings.
We're doing the north. We're doing the north
Sure.
one then.
Sure. Going through there's another staircase back up immediately as you go through, which you think is used to escort prisoners to the courtroom. Also, as you go past another couple doors to other facilities, there are a couple guards in the hallway, and one of them sort of holds up a hand and says, "Excuse me, what are you doing?"
Caught this one trying to swindle some people, and he tried to pick me wallet. Told to take him down into the cells.
Don't think I've seen you here before, friend.
Well, I got transferred.
Deception check.
Oh no.
What is it? Mod 20.
Okay. By the way, how long does your disguise self last again?
Disguise self?
That's right. Or an hour?
I think it's an hour.
I think
So
it's an hour.
Yeah, so yeah, you're probably fine.
1 hour.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they say, well, fair enough. You can hold him in here while you wait to question him. Think we have a free cell. And you see that there are about 5 cells. One of which, well, actually, hang on. A few of them have people in them.
Yeah.
There's a few occupied cells. You don't actually know what Fenris Stormcastle looks like.
All right. So let me go. All right, then we are going to walk down the cell block and see who's in there.
Okay. Interesting. There, you see a couple of there's like an old guy, there's a young guy, there's a female halfling, just sort of.
Sylvia, damn it!
Doesn't look like Sylvia. A lot rattier looking. Yes, I know.
A lot more sober.
What?
Yes.
Them's fighting words.
But yeah, there's like one of the guys has like this gray mane of hair. Another one has just sort of got this squint in one eye.
There's a guy in a trench coat.
Then one of them is a guy. There's another cell with a guy in a trench coat.
Sweating nervously, trying to be a prison bed.
So, for some reason, you don't notice him though.
It's almost like
You think you notice him, but in reality, you don't.
There's 5 prison cells. He's in the 6th one.
It's almost like he's not even there.
So the other
Mastery of illusion. This.
the other guys are watching you, are keeping an eye on you, like not necessarily suspicious, but just making sure you don't do anything weird.
Yeah. Okay. So there's
Oh, this hubbub over a freaking wallet. Can't you just bear to lose a game of cards every now and again?
Tell it to the Magister, one of the guards says.
yeah.
Oh, trust me, I won't get that far. I never do. Can ask around. It's not my first rodeo.
So Thalos is going to whisper in Ace's ear, "Say something outrageous."
Outrageous. Oh, something like the fact that all of you guards don't know right from wrong and you couldn't count if you had 6 hands.
So I'm going to I'm not going to actually like do it forcefully. We're going to put him against the wall. And what do you think you are? Some kind of aristocrat like Fenris Stormcastle?
Go ahead and make a deception check with disadvantage.
Hot! Trying to see if I can get him to...
Joke's on us, Fenris Stormcastle's not a noble and Quinn never said it.
You went to his house. Did it look like a manor?
Hey, man. So, we have a 18.
With disadvantage?
So, first roll is a 16, second roll is an 18.
Alright. One of the guards is gonna be like, "Oi, can I come here for a second? Can I smell your breath real quick? Just make
Please do.
want to make sure that you're not doing anything untoward on duty."
It would certainly explain my arrest.
Well, anyway, since I said that, I'm going to look around to see if any of the prisoners perked up at the name.
Yeah, one of the sort of older looking guy glanced up.
The older looking guy.
Yeah,
that's what I figured.
Okay.
All right. I'll walk over and just kind of blow in his mouth. Thalos doesn't really drink.
His mouth.
Well, I mean, just blow in his nose.
Yeah, blow in his face, but the fact he's said blow in his mouth.
Just couple and just grab his face, push it to his lips, and
Sounds like a weird kink.
So you
Does
do
that taste like alcohol to you?
You do that. The other guard just sort of snickers and is like, "You don't actually know who Fenris Stormcastle is, do you? You just read that name on it."
He knows who anyone is.
Sorry, I got transferred. I heard some people yapping about it in the street.
Yep, that's him right there, actually, gesturing to the old guy. Yeah, he's not an aristocrat by any stretch of the imagination.
All right, then, I guess the people in the bar were just selling gab. Last time I trust a bunch of drunks.
Sylvia sneezes outside.
All right, so I will take him down to the empty cell.
Okay. There are a couple of them. You can pick one. Actually,
all right.
The cell's locked.
Yeah.
You don't have keys.
I know.
So what do you do?
What do I do? So I'm gonna pat myself down and look at one of the other guards. Oh, shite.
Forgot your keys there, friend.
And we're like, I had to get in a scuffle with this one to, lock him down. Must have dropped me keys.
All right.
You can't even keep track of your keys. It's a wonder you could hold a hand of cards.
Well, if someone didn't have sticky fingers, I wouldn't have lost them.
Okay.
It's not sticky fingers. It's called finding something.
Just give me one last deception check for this.
Many.
14.
Okay. One of the guards sort of narrows his eyes and goes, "What did you say your name was, friend?"
What was the name that he gave to Reese's family?
Oh, Bernard.
Oh.
Yeah. My name's Bernard.
Right. You know what? Would you don't need to. I don't know if we need to hold this one in a cell right now. Think we can take both of you up to speak to the Magister right now.
What?
God damn it.
Thalos is gonna whisper to Ace, "Do we stop killing?"
Not until I get in the building.
That's not smart.
I wouldn't recommend it at the moment. Just keep up the act.
I'm outside. Reese,
By the way, just to give IL something to
What?
do, he's just watching the
Reese.
entryway to see if there's anything.
I was just there.
you need to pick me up and throw me through that window.
So, Ethan, what kind of magic you got?
Got plenty of magic. A lot of it's kind of hard to use when there's eyes on you.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
By the way, Quinn, I'm going to use IL's talent for reading lips and trying to find, passive investigation to just gather information to see if there's anything important being discussed in the courthouse.
I'm
Interesting.
thinking,
Okay.
Ethan, maybe we could convince them that you're dangerous and need to be put in a cell, if you know what I mean.
I need to get back in there.
The guards are currently closing in and trying to escort you with them.
So, wait, you're telling me you're going to take me straight to the magistrate because this guy can't do his job properly?
We're seeing if he's doing his job at all, or if there might be magic afoot.
What does that have to do with me?
Well, potentially nothing, or potentially something. That is what the Magister will find out.
Or you're all a bunch of crooks just trying to pin an innocent card man out of losing what little money he has because you don't like the way he looks.
Are you aware that using magic to influence an official or impersonate one is a crime within Waterdeep?
Oops.
It's because I'm a goddamn tiefling. I swear to Christ, you guards have it out for us.
They are going to take hold of you and start dragging you with them. Do you attempt to resist, or do you go with them?
It's more of a comical struggle, not an actual attempt
Okay.
to break free at current moment.
While that's going on, Ayal, you said you're just using your lip reading to gather information. Yeah, you see one of the guards. You see a guard sort of emerge from a door, go up to the clerk, and whisper something. Something about suspicious activity in the basement or in the cell block, and that the parties in question are being taken to speak with the magistrate or the magister.
It was probably Sylvia. It was almost definitely Sylvia running in and peeing on the clerk.
I'm still trying to get in.
Yeah,
I'm not chucking you through the window.
No, trust me. I can get through the window, and I'll still be in one piece.
Oi!
And then-
A couple of guards next to the back entrance are saying, "What are you up to?"
I'm trying to keep her from giving you
Look.
trouble.
You nice gentlemen stopped a harmless lady from using the bathroom. That's very impolite of you. Now I just need to get back in so I don't piss myself.
You can find bathrooms across the street. And he sort of gestures to a little hole in the wall bar of some kind.
Do you know who I am?
Shit,
Do I
you're
look like some sort of a isn't to you.
They start looking at you like, shit, I think I do recognize her.
Get me in to this building, or I will piss
they
on your
immediately
grave.
They immediately get more aggressive and trying to get you off the premises.
Take out my short sword.
God,
Reese, help me out.
Try and hold her back from this. This is dumb. Let me in or I'll piss on you. No, this isn't how you human.
They need me.
No.
Well, I guess I'll be leaving now. Reese, don't follow me. I guess you don't need me after all. Reese, I'm not jumping through this window. Can I stealthily just go to the other side of this building?
Thought you were about to say, can I stealthily jump through this window?
The other side of the building, as in, like, back at the front entrance?
Yes.
Where the other guards that already threw you out are standing?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, sure. Yeah,
Thanks.
your attempt. What exactly are you attempting to do? Just sneak back in?
I'm just gonna walk back through the entrance.
Okay, the guards immediately try to stop you and say, we excuse me, miss, I think you appear to be drunk. You can find, if you require a bathroom, you can find it elsewhere.
Well, I guess you guys don't know your manners. You're talking to a lady, one that is known by everybody in this town. So, I'm going to use your toilet. Thank you very much.
Sylvia,
Standing move.
Sylvia, do you actually have to use the bathroom
No.
in game?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm just obviously trying to get in and like make
Okay.
as much chaos as possible.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage, or deception, your choice.
So I got a 14.
With the disadvantage.
Yes.
Wow. One of the guards just like closes his eyes as if like trying to fight off a migraine, and just like turns to his friend like, "Could you?" Like, and the other one's like, "You owe me for this," and will escort you to a bathroom.
I knew you guys loved me. Thank you so much.
Ouch.
No, I hope you guys are going to be polite to me. I am a lady, so I need my privacy.
Jesus. I feel bad for nameless NPCs.
That's part of DMing.
You basically are taken. It's actually right inside the building.
Yeah.
In the waiting room, there's a couple of doors that lead to bathrooms right next to the entrance. So they just let you in one of those.
Fine. I'll be in there until I hear less noise.
Okay.
Who knows how long? I'll probably just be binging the last of my booze.
Yeah, this happens like right after you heard the thing about the people being taken to see the magistrate, and it's like,
Oh, so he
well,
just sees me.
it's not. I guess it's not Sylvia.
All right, so it's not Sylvia, so it must be Thalos.
All right, so Thalos and Ace, you are taken up, back up the stairs you went down originally, back briefly into the waiting room. You're at an angle, so unless Ayala is like up there next to the clerk, he wouldn't be able to see you. But you're taken into the other door opposite the courtroom, which appears to lead to a sort of clerk's office with a couple desks pushed together. There are a couple of clerks working on at the desks. You're taken through a hallway north of that room, and through another door into what appears to be the Magister's office. It's a much grander office with several plush armchairs and a large walnut desk, with the seal of Waterdeep emblazoned on the floor. There's a fancier looking guard with more ornate armor serving as a sort of bodyguard in the room, and sitting at the desk is what appears to be the Magister. Now, the Magister appears to be a sort of petite human woman with darker skin in her 70s, so she's sort of this little old lady vibe.
Is Sal's gonna get beaten up by another old person?
Right, let's not jump to conclusions. Also, maybe.
Swear to God.
I hope so.
Yeah, she looks up and says,
There's gonna be a body in the foyer of this building.
looks up and sees you and says, and what is this about? One of the guards says, this fellow says he was transferred here, and was bringing this individual into one of the cells. And she says, we haven't had any transfers. And the other guard says, I had a feeling.
Case is just gonna spin his head around. You what?
Let me see.
You fucking what?
Telling me I've had all this trouble gone and this man doesn't even work for you? Are you kidding me? What kind of incompetent shift are you people running?
Make a deception. Please give me a deception check.
I'm good at those.
I know.
I hope I can roll well enough. No, thank God I'm good at those. 15.
15, okay. So, the Magister looks at you, Thalos, and says, are we doing this the easy way or the hard way?
Depends. Is there a middle way?
She says, if you could drop the disguise, if you please.
I don't want to.
So you are in disguise. Well, let's see. And what was this individual trying to do? She says to one of the guards. Seemed to be taking this person into custody. He mentioned Fenris Stormcastle, while doing so. And was trying to put this person into a cell. She says, yes, exactly. She says, why were you trying to lock this person up? And what is your business with Fenris Stormcastle?
He's just gonna cross his arms and just shrug.
Okay. She sort of looks at you and says, interesting. A Vault of Dragons. First I've heard of that.
What? What?
Oh.
Excuse you, what?
Oh. But he has telepathy.
Well, then I'm going to think that she's a shrewd bitch then.
Talos stares intently with the thought.
She says, well, what is it that you want with this vault?
Well, Thalos doesn't want anything to do with the vault.
Sure. So, or rather, better question. What connection does this Fenris Stormcastle have with this vault?
I mean, I could literally just not...
Guard? What does,
as
Mr.
you
Stormcastle.
as you like pause meaningfully, she says, "I'm afraid I can't do that again for another hour, unless I take an hour to regain it. So you'll have to be a little more cooperative."
Yeah, because the thing is like, literally, could I just like, does telepathy work where she can read what I'm thinking or just what I know?
Well, what she just said was that she can't do it again unless she takes an hour to get it back.
No, but my question is, well, someo's using it, because could I just not think? I see. Not think of that stuff.
Oh, actually,
Puppies, kitties, la la la. Puppies, kitties.
Hang on.
And for Thalos, it's probably murder.
Murder.
Yeah,
what's happening right now is 101 ways to kill this woman in front of him.
Actually, yeah, it lasts a minute. So she says, interesting. So he knows where an object is that can find it, and she says, and what will you do with the money? What will you do with the money if you find it?
I have plans, but I'm not
So
there.
upon seeing that she's clearly casting telepathy, Ace is just going to switch whatever he's thinking over to literally whatever he's saying at the moment.
Make a This is interesting, actually. Make a general. Would this be wisdom or intelligence? Intelligence.
The same bonus for each.
Okay, well, I think it's intelligence. So just give me a general intelligence check to manipulate your own thoughts, because that's easier said than done.
I mean, okay, how about this? I'm going to think about nothing of Jarlaxle Bainbray and killing him. How about that?
Make. This is really weird. Make a. I would say intelligence check at disadvantage because she has just asked you this specific question.
All right. 13.
13. Okay. She sort of looks at you and says, "Look, do you know what the fine for impersonating a noble or official, any official, goes up to 1,000 gold. Now, if I think you had a good reason for doing this, I can lower that. But you need to cooperate with me."
You're not getting any more loans from me, boy.
Lol, pay the law. Who do you think I am?
The fuck do you think I am?
You're the two lawless ones over there.
It's very true. She says, "I'll ask you one more time. What are your plans with the gold?"
Thalos has no plans.
Yeah, so are you trying to resist thinking about that anymore?
I mean, he doesn't need to because he has no plans.
Yes. So
I could try coming in now. I'll wait.
Well, I mean, you would be in the waiting room right now, or if you wanted to be in the building.
You seem to forget he doesn't care about money.
Oh, I know, but she doesn't.
I was gonna ask to see the Magister on behalf, being a noble. Maybe I could get on her sweet side.
It's fair. She
talk directly to the guy.
She says, then why are you trying to find it?
They're all fabulous questions that have nothing to do with me. Can I go now?
All right. She says, she sort of squints her eye. She sort of closes her eyes and goes and whispers under her breath, "Damn it." She says, "Well then, since you want," since you don't seem to have anything else to say, I see no reason not to fine you the full 1,000 gold for this infraction. As she turns to you, Ace, and says, "You are free to go." And one of the guards will escort.
Thank you.
One of the guards will escort Ace out.
I'm in there now, by the way.
Being escorted out. Can I make a sleight of hand check to kind of nudge Thalos' hand a little bit?
Oh, okay. What are you trying to do with that?
Do something very specific.
Okay, just do
I kind of want to keep it under wraps, if that's okay.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
I just want to see if I can nudge his hand without anyone really paying any attention.
Okay.
That's a 10. I don't think that's going to do it.
Struggling noises.
What were you trying to do? Unless
I was
it was if it was something that you would have had to make contact with, they might not know if they saw you. But just for my sake, what were you trying to do?
Okay, I suppose now that I'm saying it out loud, I should have just said it anyway because I was doing it regardless. The ask for the roll was more to get it unnoticed. I'm gonna bump his hand as I leave, and I'm gonna cast invisibility on him using subtle cast.
Oh, fuck!
Oh. So yeah, Thalos goes invisible.
Time to sneak out.
The guards immediately go to the doors and close them, and stand guard. The magistrate says, "So you were." It looks at you and says, "Just taken in against your will, huh?"
Kind of looks around and kind of looks at her like, "What, me?"
Saw that. I wasn't born yesterday.
Oh.
No, you certainly weren't. You were probably born a few yesterdays ago. Ma'am, I was apprehended at a bar by this false... Where did he go?
She sort of looks at you with a sort of expression of, "Really?"
Well, good. Now you've let your... Wow, you are a terrible squadron of guards. You have let an imposter get away from your high office. Excellent work, gentlemen. Excellent. You know, stellar. I will be sure to call you if I have legal problems in the future.
Thalos, what are you doing?
I'm going to walk over to the old lady.
Okay.
And put both of my swords on her neck.
Just threateningly?
I thought you were going to pour
how
over
else
her head.
do you do that?
Okay, I mean, like, as opposed to actually killing her.
Okay, that's fair. I guess that's fair, yeah.
No, they're ready. They're
Okay.
ready to throat slice.
Okay, and, like, are they close enough to where she can feel them?
Yes. That's the point.
Okay,
Pun intended.
she says, "I would not recommend that."
Not doing anything.
Alice,
What are we not
get
recommending?
The fine old person again. Got that phone because I fucking called it.
What's going on in the front? Let's cut away for a moment.
I'm fine with
Perfectly timed cut away.
I can have a meeting with the Magister
Okay.
nicely.
Make
Like a good boy.
make me a go ahead and do. Hang on. Just make me a persuasion check.
I feel like this could have been an easy encounter.
For some reason, I'm proficient in persuasion. Whatever.
This makes it fun, though.
And I had a decent bonus to sleight of hand. Unfortunately, the roll didn't quite agree with me. Such is life.
Modified 18.
Modified 18. Yeah, they say the They
You good there?
yeah, hang on. Yeah, they will let you into the Magister's office. Or they knock on the door and you hear this from inside. And
Oh fuck.
the one of the guards says, "Not a good time."
I could help, maybe?
Ace, you hear Reese's voice from the other side of the door.
I will not. I will visibly react to the voice and just go, "Oh, great! Now you have someone else knocking at your door. You guys, what is this disorganization? You're losing. You're allowing imposters in. You're then immediately losing them, blaming innocent civilians for their disappearance, and then you're falling behind on your appointments. This is terrible organization. I can see why none of you.
One of the guards is going to gag you.
Will ferociously resist that.
Okay, make a athletics check.
Okay, well, okay.
I mean, here's the thing. If one of the guards is
number's
gagging
not that
him, that means isn't that an opening for me to get out?
Would you like to try to get out?
Sure, why not?
Make. What would this be?
Got a 9.
Probably. Okay, yeah, you are gagged, but yeah, Thalos, make a stealth check while this is happening.
The fuck? 416.
16. And this one would be with. I mean, even if you didn't have the boots, this would be at advantage. Because
but I got a 2 and then I got a 14.
Okay.
14 plus 2.
But yeah, even with that, you're able to open the door and slip out. And Reese, you see the door in front of you open, and the others say, "Stop!" One of the guards goes, "Stop him!"
I was like right in front of the door.
Reese, do you do anything as this happens?
Trip them.
No, because I don't know what the fuck is going on.
The answer is you should trip them.
That's a bad idea.
No, it's a great idea. Trust me.
Well, that's a great idea for us, not so much Reese.
Reese is being a good boy right now, okay? I am channeling my good boyness to try and get this done.
While this is happening, I will exit the bathroom.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, right. Sophie was in the bathroom this whole time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will walk towards the door as I was trying to walk to before.
Okay. The guards will, after you go to the bathroom, the guards will attempt to escort you back out.
Oh, what? No!
Because that is what they brought. They specifically brought you in to go to the bathroom.
But gentlemen, I think I lost something.
We didn't see you drop anything while you were there before.
It was in the toilet.
Oh my fucking god.
One of the guards goes in and checks the toilet, finds nothing, comes back out.
There goes my hopes and dreams.
Wait, Thalos, are you beelining it? This is actually Thalos. Are you beelining it for the front door?
I will go past Sylvia.
Okay,
No.
You
I'll
pass
go
her
past,
as this is happening.
I'll bonk her on the head.
No, this is what's happening. You're invisible going past her, and Sylvia, you suddenly hear out of nowhere, "I'm an idiot." The guards look around in confusion.
I'm just going to try to break free from their arms and make a mad dash towards the door.
The outside or to the other rooms?
Outside.
If you're going outside,
with my short sword out.
They will let you go out.
You asshole! Get back here!
Well then.
Being chased by an angry drunk and a bunch of cards.
This
went well.
Reese, you are escorted into the Magister's room with Ace. At which point...
Should I even bother asking what all of that was about?
We appear to have an imposter on the loose, and he owes us 1,000 gold.
I don't know you shit.
Which, I believe that debt may fall to his accomplice, as she looks directly at you, Ace.
Ace pulls out the gag. You insult me, madam, to think I'd work with a fraud.
I saw you cast the spell on him to turn him invisible.
I did no such thing.
Reese is just gonna kind of stand there and, like, shake his head a little bit. Like, I don't know whether to cover for you or not. If that'll just make things worse.
She's just gonna look over at Reese. Listen here, boy, I'm not sure exactly who you are. I wouldn't work with these people. They have a tendency to push their shortcomings on others.
I don't really want to work with them. I just need to talk to a guy.
I wouldn't recommend it. These people are about as reliable as the dirt under our feet.
Okay.
DM.
Yeah?
Describe the office for me.
How far is the office?
Just describe it, like the location and the building, and does it have any windows?
So you're currently in the waiting room.
Yeah.
The office, you see there are a couple doors that from you are about maybe 60 feet to the left. The doors, you haven't seen this, but they lead a little further down before getting to the Magister's office.
Does the office have any windows?
The Magister's office? No.
Darn it.
Actually, sorry, I take it back. Yes, it does. I misread the map.
Okay, I was gonna have him do it anyway, but I was gonna go outside and do a fly around in the building to see if I could figure out what the hell is going on.
Ethan, cast invisibility on yourself.
Run out.
We'll see how this goes, but don't you worry. I have an escape plan. Not a good escape plan, but it's an escape plan, but we'll hold that for now.
Yeah, so can I find the Magister's office and just kind of like on an adjacent building, just kind of look in?
Yeah, just give me a stealth check to be surreptitious about it, and not like make it look like you are spying on the Magister's office.
Yeah, not like, like a giant telescope, like looking right into the Magister's window.
Right.
They just all turn. There's this owl face pressed against the window. Just like keep talking. I'm not here.
Yeah, no, he just like slams right into the window, like full body splat, and this is like,
Fucking
oh god,
bird.
like a fucking
Slam
bird
into the
slamming into a window.
Comically peels off and falls down.
Leave a bird mark.
You said stealth, right?
Yep.
24.
Yeah, you're fine, and you will be able to tell what everyone in the office is. Well, because the windows face the back of the Magister's desk, so you're seeing her back, so you won't be able to make out what she's saying, but everyone else you'll be able to tell what they're saying.
Alright, that's fine. I got one side of the conversation.
Anyway, within the office,
What's that?
she says...
No, wait. I just thought of something. This IL house it's on the second floor, right?
Correct.
So IL's like on an adjacent building, like sweeping the chimneys.
Doing what he does best.
Doing what he does best.
So yeah, looking in, the Magister says, what can I help you with before we decide what to do with this one?
Defense for that, you said I was free to go, and then you pin your lousy detective work on me.
Okay, listen.
I've heard enough from you.
He was in here, and I know my acquaintance Thalos was probably in here too. I'll explain everything that happens. Just, did they hurt anyone?
I was judging by the feeling of metal on my neck, they threatened me, but other than that, no.
I'd recommend you just consider yourself lucky and let it go for now. And in exchange, I'll talk to you about.
Young man, I uphold the law in this courtroom, and the law demands that they pay a fine.
The law demands a lot, but if you want me to tell you where that guy went, let me tell you, I don't even know where he is half the time. So,
can you?
See, it's funny because you say upholding the law, but if somebody doesn't care about the consequences, they'll just kill you and take your shit.
It's true.
Well, if you, I take it you do not agree with, even if he is an acquaintance of yours, you do not seem to agree with his methods.
My point is if you cooperate with me, you won't have to experience meeting up with either of them again.
I wouldn't mind that, but be that as it may, they owe 1,000 gold to the city.
I'm not saying take their debts off.
I'll sees Reese say debts, and I'll just was like, oh, fuck, not again.
Not that we can't take care of that situation later, but again.
By the way, like, Ayal, what is you are just sort of you're just looking inconspicuous up there, right? You're not actually out of sight.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ace and Reese can both see that Ayal is on the opposite roof.
Cleaning out.
I'm trying not to look at it.
Right.
Peripheral vision, just like with the.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see Ayal like in a maid uniform cleaning out a chimney.
Fucking bird boy.
Ace is just gonna stare at him like, what the fuck?
Don't stare. Don't stare.
The Magister says, my name is Hester Barch.
Reese Keenum.
More like Hester, bitch.
Virtual high five!
Fucking dunks on.
Oh my god.
So, I know that there's a vault, and I know that this Fenris Stormcastle fellow has information on its whereabouts. What I don't know is what you all want with it. Are you taking the money for yourselves?
Well, I know for a fact neither of them really want the money. Well, I don't know what this one wants, but I have some
I know who you
good
are.
plans for it.
Look at who you are.
They've all stopped paying attention to you, Ace.
You can drop
Oh wait,
the
how little
straight
attention?
They're still looking at you, just not paying attention to what you're saying. But yeah, go on, Reese. So say again.
I have good plans for it. There are people who need the money, and keeping all of it for ourselves has been proven to be dangerous to us by even the bad guys who want the money. So
you're trying to keep it from falling into the wrong hands? Would that be accurate?
yes. There's also apparently a staff in this vault that if it could be safely destroyed or kept in an even more well-hidden location, I think every citizen of Waterdeep would prefer if it remained in obscurity for forever.
She sort of nods and says, I see. In that case, give me an hour, and then we'll have Fenris brought up here.
An hour?
Yes, I need time to prepare something.
Okay.
In the meantime, and she looks at you, Ace, would you happen to have 1,000 gold on you?
Ghost.
Oh.
If that's a no, then that's all right. It seems that you may come into a bit more money sooner rather than later. We'll give you
That's the plan.
2 weeks.
I'm going to say this bluntly. First off, you're still falsely accusing me. And second, you can take my blood before you can take my gold.
This one has admitted to that the fact that you're all working together. I've seen groups of adventurers before.
I have no idea who this man is, but you're just going to believe him because nobody seems to like tieflings around here. Jesus fucking Christ.
Tell you what, in an hour, bring him to the courtroom too. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
I'll kill some birds, all right.
I would recommend keeping guards on him. I can't.
I also want to shake his fist at Ace.
Yeah.
I can't trust.
She's gonna see that, immediately point out the window. Isn't that Harper from earlier?
I was gonna immediately go back to cleaning the chimney.
I mean, they have nothing against Harpers. The Harpers are good guys.
Harpers are good.
That sounds more like a half-genuine question.
Okay. At any rate, the guards will escort you down, and they will actually put you in a cell this time, Ace.
Oh no.
As soon as I leave the office, I will... let me see something.
Before escorting you down, they're going to handcuff you.
Oops.
Also,
no, I hardcore do not care about handcuffs.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You have tricks for that.
I don't need to use my hands. Which is gonna be our best bet? Let's look at the menu today, because fuck these guys.
Is he going to be passing through the entranceway?
No.
Yeah.
Guards are with me?
2.
Okay, and from the Magister's hallway to, like, the front door would be, like, what?
15, 20, 25, 26, about 90 feet.
What's the closest point I'll be to the front door on this route?
The closest point? That would be when they take you to the staircase down, which would when you get out of the clerk's office, in which case you would be about more like 60 feet to the entrance, although you wouldn't quite be able to see it. It'd be around a corner.
I know where it is because I came in through the front door.
Right. And they are being very physically close to you. That now, since they know you're a caster.
Convention door.
If I was one level higher, better believe there'd be a fireball going off right now.
What's your choose person in fireball distance?
I don't need to be safely outside of fireball distance. I'm resistant. I already take I already take less damage. All right, if they're gonna be all up on me, I guess I'm just gonna have to do it. I can't really rely on my strength rolls to get out of this.
Okay. Also, it is, I believe, 8 where you are. If you want to, if you have to duck out briefly.
I haven't gotten a call yet.
Okay.
Like I said, around 8, I told them to call my mom's phone whenever they're at the bus stop.
Never mind then. So yeah, Reese, you are taken to the outside waiting room again, and Ayal, you see that they are escorted out of that room from your vantage point.
I'm gonna stay there and see if I can figure out what she's up to.
Okay. She just appears to meditate from your perspective.
Oh, well, she just wants to get her fucking telepathy back, the bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, 2 fishy
doesn't
guys
know that,
walked
though.
in and did fishy shit, and then I walk in.
Hang on, speak of the devil.
Make sure I'm not horrible. I'm gonna kill her or something.
At any rate, Sylvia, what are you doing?
Me?
Yeah. Are you just like
Are you
loitering?
pretending to piss again?
No, but I am pissed off, so I think I'm just going to walk back in there and ask to speak with the higher up guard or whatever you
They're
call
not
it.
going to let you. Why?
Look,
What possible reason would they
I
have
have
to?
a
Be on the
problem
magistrate.
with
Be on the
them.
magistrate.
I need to go speak to whoever's above the guards.
I can just imagine this. Like, Sylvia just sprints out full force, screaming at Thalos, stop! Turns around and tries to walk back in.
one of the guards turns to the other one and says, "Do you think we can book her on disturbing the peace?" And the other one says, "You know what? Probably." And they will attempt to escort you to a cell.
Look, I need to speak to your higher-ups. This is harassment. You're harassing the local drunk. How dare you do something like this?
Disturbing the peace is a fine of 25 gold. It's barely a slap on the wrist.
Break away. You actually do have good strength and dexterity. Break away.
I will try to break away.
One slips away.
You're currently grappled. So make I believe you can get out with an acrobatics check.
Oh yes.
Yeah, acrobatics check.
Yeah.
Please. Fuck!
What was it?
10.
10. They hold firm and say, "No, come with me. The Magister is having a meeting in the courtroom. You'll be able to state your case there if you have one." So, Ace, as you're sitting... Wait, Ethan, are you still there?
Yeah, they said they're going to call me back in a minute.
Okay, yeah. Ace, as you're sort of waiting in a cell room, you see coming down the hallway are a couple of guards dragging a kicking and screaming Sylvia, who throw her in a cell next to you.
I'm going to pretend like I have no... hang on. I'm going to pretend like I have no idea who that is.
This went great.
Well, anyway. I'll take a drink to that one.
Do you do anything in the hour that you have to wait?
No, I feel like, it was bound to happen anyway.
Okay.
All of my mischief has just led up to this moment. So I'm going to do what I do best and just forget it all.
All right. An hour later, all of you are convened. Reese, you're led into the courtroom as an observer. It's a large courtroom, and brought up, you see first Ace, then an older man with sort of rags for clothes and a sort of mane of gray hair, and following that, Sylvia.
What the fuck?
Well, you see.
Okay, so I do actually have to leave now.
Okay.
It shouldn't take me too long.
I'm gonna...
You guys can keep going, or you can pause, whatever you think is
Let's
most
just take a break for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
This hopefully will not take long. They're literally around a couple of corners.
Okay.
That's fine. We can wait.
Okay. Do it. Should we check in on Thalos before we do this thing?
Yeah.
The DM, I think it is always prevalent to check in on Thalos.
Okay, what is Thalos doing in this hour? Anything important?
I mean, I left, so
Right. Is he doing anything else?
Why would I? I don't need to do anything else.
Just checking. So in that case, the hour passes, and we left off with Sylvia being the last of the three brought into the courtroom. And
Yeah.
Reese just dying inside.
Reese is visibly disappointed.
So Reese is happy.
So,
right.
I told the guards that I wanted to speak to people above them because they're being rude to me.
She was disturbing. She's clearly drunk and was disturbing the peace.
They wouldn't let me use the toilet. But anyway...
We brought you to the bathroom and you said you were done.
I was wrongfully put behind bars because they dragged me to a toilet, locked me in there, and when I got out, they kicked me out.
It says, well, if you are disturbing the peace, that's very simple to resolve. It's just a 25 gold fee and you're free to go.
No.
No.
She blinks.
No, I don't think I will.
I don't think I will.
She owes me 10 times more than that.
I believe...
Are you there? Ayal, are you there?
No.
Okay.
I believe that one of those...
But I can read her lips and I know what she's saying.
25 gold because they wrongfully threw me out and were being rude to me.
The guard will recount the explanation of what happened, which the other guard will corroborate. And yeah, they're like, this isn't even a deception roll. I'm sorry, like. They are.
Reese.
You know what? Fine. We'll make this fun.
I can't help you.
Can you spare me
You
25 gold?
You could help her.
Yeah, I can help you there, but
Anyway,
I'm not going to be paying these guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I didn't know you kind of deserve it.
I did nothing wrong. They were being mean to me.
You deserve it for other reasons.
And then when I was saying they're being mean, they brought me behind bars. And that was the first time I ever went to jail, guys. God.
Hardly. You were waiting for an hour. For holding.
Yeah, for holding a grudge against you guys. But anyway, somebody needs to help me out because I'm not paying these guys.
so while that's all
Or
going
just
on,
pay them and go.
What is Dallas?
While that's all going on, Bernard enters the room.
In his guard.
Yes.
The same one?
Yes.
Okay.
God damn it.
Nobody said Dallas was a genius.
Uncomfortably shit.
He's an expert fighter, but he is not the brightest bulb in the shed.
Well, she looks in your direction and says, well, that makes things significantly simpler. A couple of guards will walk up to try and apprehend you and drag you to the center of the room with the other.
They don't need to. I'll just go.
Okay.
God.
Well, I've seen a lot of things in my time. You don't usually see people who escape come back. First time for everything, I suppose.
I felt lucky.
Oh, finally, a guard that will pay my fee.
I'm gonna punch her.
Alright.
That'll be another 25 gold, you idiot.
No, I think that's just part of your sentence. Look, I'll make this simple. Clearly, you, and you, as she points to all four of you, are working together. And to you, Reese, she says, "Do I have that right?"
Salos is going to scoot Sylvia away from him. I'd never work with you in my life.
That doesn't mean I approve of their actions, but yes.
And she looks pointedly at you, Ace, and she says, "And do you still deny this?"
Flips her off.
All right. I'll make this simple. Collectively, the four of you owe 1,025 gold to the city. Now you can repay this now, or we can give you 2 weeks to collect it.
I'm going to flip her 1 copper. Consider my debt paid.
Doesn't work like that, I'm afraid.
Reese is practically like smashing his head against the chair in front of him, just like.
Since you seem to be mostly a law-abiding citizen, where can we find you if need be?
What?
Where can we find you? after that.
Reese.
Even if I tell you, it doesn't mean they're gonna be there. Just
As
because
long
I've
as
worked
one
with
of you
these-
is there.
Don't be an idiot, Reese.
She sort of taps her temple and says, I can find out if I really want to. I'm seeing if we can resolve this in a more simple fashion.
Listen, if I tell you, I'm just gonna
will,
make sure they're not gonna be there. So what's the point?
Thalos will walk over and set a cask of flesh on her desk.
You know what?
Pays in a pound of flesh.
I'm going to reach into my bag and I'm going to pull out my flask of holy water that I apparently have, and I'm going to dump it in front of them.
Alright.
Wait,
Total
say it.
display of idiocy. Just fucking troll skull manner. Jesus Christ.
God damn it, Reese.
No,
Very
anyway.
well. We'll stop by in a
Gonna
couple
pinch his
weeks.
nose.
We'll stop by in a couple weeks to collect.
So
Then you'll be killed.
We'll send the watch.
We'll be waiting for you.
Thalos will put
Need those men.
the flesh cask down and say, "This should cover it."
Interesting. She says, what is it? And which type is it, actually?
It would be the dark gray.
So yours.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. What is this?
Priceless research.
This seems like it would be more of in the interest of those with an arcane disposition. I'm afraid that's outside my area.
Well,
What did I
you
miss?
could probably make use of it.
Okay, right, the flesh. Gotcha.
I'm afraid not. I appreciate the offer, but we'll take coin. And not something that I don't know what it would sell for. At any rate.
Do I even know this guy? This guard-looking guy that
Well,
won't give me 25 gold?
He sounds
Oh my God,
he sounds
how
pretty
long are you
familiar.
going to keep doing this?
He sounds pretty familiar, Sylvia.
Hmm.
You can make an intelligence check if you want.
I will.
Okay.
I got a nat 20. This makes no sense.
You're like, yeah, that's Thalos.
This just screams Thalos.
In a rare moment of lucidity. Says, now that that's taken care of, she turns to the bearded man and says, I ain't got nothing to do with these shits. What's the deal? Says, that's simple. We just have a quick question for you, and then you'll be taken back to your cell. Where is the item known as the Stone of Golorr? He squints and says, I want immunity for all my crimes. And there's a brief moment and says, very well, take him back to his cell. And the guards will begin to escort him back to his cell.
Thalos will nudge her. I know we've had our differences, but
You threatened me with swords.
no.
just
Right.
no.
Where's your evidence? I demand it.
The weakest denial.
God damn it.
I don't know why that got me.
RJ is currently crying.
Oh god.
Anyway, continue.
Well, on that note,
Was there any more to that point beyond we have?
Alright, so
Yeah.
is the name of this episode Deny, Deny, Deny?
Yeah. really wouldn't mind incurring another fine if it helps with the questioning, if you know what I mean.
Well, I know where the stone is, so I don't know if that'll be necessary.
Oh, I just wanted to punch him.
We'll take care of that.
Oh dear.
She says, well then, the item you're looking for, this Stone of Golorr, you'll find it in an old tower in the dock ward. Apparently, the tower is under an anti-magic field, so you'll have to be careful.
Great.
What now? Under a what now?
An anti-magic
That's not in character.
field.
That is me. That is not Ace. That is me.
Okay.
Under a fucking what now, Quinlan?
Perkins,
what have you done?
I can and she provides you with directions to this old tower. According to his thoughts, he left it on the top floor.
Are you discussing this tower? Remember, Aiel can't tell what she's saying.
They're in the courtroom, which does not have any windows.
Oh, I thought they were in the
privy to any of this.
Oh, I didn't. I thought it was.
No, this is.
I have like a favor I want to ask her, but I think I'm gonna wait.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna feel the full fucking wrath of angry bad boy syndrome.
Well, she seems to be mostly done with you, and she says, "You all are free to go. We'll be back in a couple of weeks to collect your outstanding debt." Reese, do you indicate that you have something to say to her?
Yeah. But again, I'm gonna wait till the others are gone because once we're out of there,
Alice is going to hang around as well.
Okay. The rest of you are escorted out unless you have anything to say about that. All right.
No, Ace is going to remain completely silent.
Yep. All right. It's both of you. It's Reese and Thalos alone in the room with the Magister and the guards.
Well, does she still have her telepathy thing up, or is it used?
It lasts a minute, and it has been used up at this point.
Oh, fuck. All right, fine. I was wondering if you'd be able to provide me any extra assistance after we acquire access to the vault.
For what, exactly?
Well, there is a lot more money in there than me and my companions really need or
the
want,
pain in that one word.
It sounded to me like the gold was the city's to begin with.
We'll use what we want to pay outstanding debts and what have you, but I don't want to be caught in the midst of a money war with the Xanathar and whatnot. So if I could get assistance in dispersal afterwards?
I suspect if you do find this vault, you'll find yourself speaking to the Open Lord herself about that. But I'll see what I can do.
I'm a little suspicious that the Open Lord we've been speaking to isn't actually the Open Lord.
Well,
and hearing that it's blood money, wouldn't it be better if the money was in the hands of the people?
I do agree, and I believe that would be the wish of the officials of the city as well. I'll do what I can to spread the word. There's, of course, being just a magister at this courthouse, there's only so much I can do, but
I figure it's just better to keep it on the down low.
Yes.
There are higher people I could go to, but I'm a little apprehensive if they would be as receptive to this idea.
To this idea and my companions.
Well, yeah.
You're not there.
I know. I was just
okay. And she says, and you, what did you want to you, Thalos?
He'll sit there and say, "Oh, wait.
Wait till I go?
Yep."
Fine, fucking have at it. I'm just gonna walk out.
All right. She folds her arms and looks at you.
Are you still in the guard form, by the way?
Yes.
It's Bernard, duh.
It's Bernard the guard. Come on.
Bernard has always been a guard. Why would he not look like a guard? God.
At least it's not the press inspector.
Yeah, really.
That's a different character.
He's gonna walk up to the Magister and say, "I don't regret what I did, and I'm not going to apologize."
She sort of waits for the follow-up.
I'll pay you your money because whatever, it's just money. Okay. But how do I put this? He's gonna reach into his his clothes, pull out Urstel Floxen's sword, and set it down for her.
Okay. What's this?
I can't quite tell you. You might figure it out. You might not. When I'm all done with this business, this money business, I think I'll see you again.
For what?
He shrugs. Who knows? He's gonna turn around. That's for me to know and you to find out. Keep a cell warm for me, I suppose.
She gives you she looks at as you leave. She looks at you just with a expression of curiosity and just sort of like, that was a weird one.
So can I leave now?
You left already.
Okay.
No, you already left. You left with everyone else.
Right.
At any rate, you all can reunite with Ayal.
Ayal just kind of sits there with his hands on his hips, just looking at him as they all come to him, and he goes, "You guys have fun?"
You value
Fun
those
is an
feathers, bird
understatement.
boy, because I'd be happy to ignite them for you.
You know, we
No,
probably could have
Birdman.
just
I had fun.
We do have kind of, permission from the state to do this.
Can I have 25
Like-
gold, Birdman?
You already owe me 250.
All right.
I'm to be very blunt about this, I don't want to be associated with the state.
Well, like it or not,
You
you're still
idiots
associated
took
with the
that
state.
agreement. I had nothing to do with it.
Reese just
Well,
quietly exits
A
the
lot of good
building.
that did. We're still now associated with the state.
Thalos will walk out.
And he's gonna say yes, and his head's gonna snap to Reese as he's trying to walk away, because somebody had to drag me into it.
You were already drug into it, alright? You just went along with me. Maybe it wouldn't have been that bad, but no, you had to keep pretending like you didn't know me.
All right.
Times I wish I didn't.
All right,
I don't
whatever.
know.
Where are
I'm
we
gonna
going?
leave.
You.
Ace is leaving. He's going back to the bar.
Reese, where are we going?
The bar needs me.
Apparently we're going to the bar.
Are we going back to the bar?
Says, I
Why
don't know.
why not go get the stone?
Well, I'm gonna go at the. It'd be nice if I had, people who are good with weapons, because magic.
I mean,
I have fists.
Thalos will
That
come
works
with.
too.
I have wings and a sword.
Might be useful.
Wait,
Listen, I need that rock.
I want to see. I actually want to see this tower. I'll fly to the top.
All right. Who all is going to the tower?
I'll go to the tower.
Or actually, better question: is there anyone who is not going to the tower? Okay. I will say, like, just speaking as a DM, this might be the sort of main quest that makes sense for the entire party to go to. But if you all...
It does at present moment. No, Ace has no intention of going to the tower right now.
All right. That's your prerogative, I suppose. By
the way, every house adjacent to the what is it? With the courthouse building, mysteriously has extremely clean chimneys.
All right. Well, moving on with the group of people. I guess all of you but Ace, going to the tower. Yeah, you're able to find it without issue. It's this sort of dilapidated, rundown building. When none of the doors seem to be locked. It's just this abandoned structure. Going in, there's a sort of vestibule. In the
going in, now I'm going up.
Oh, I guess that would make sense. So, well, what about the rest of you? Are the rest of you waiting for Ayal to scout, or are you,
Well, I'll give a second for Ayal to scout.
Okay. Ayal, you, fly up. You see there are...
deep scan sonar in the building.
Yeah, there are a bunch of windows there appear to be 2 stories, and there are a bunch of windows on the 2nd floor.
2 stories is a tower?
It's a small tower. It's small and run down.
Okay.
But as you fly up and look in the windows, there are 3 shapes inside that appear to be moving. 3 drow shapes.
Murder time, fun!
Knew it! Let's go! Get in there! Hut!
Ayal, do you alert your companions to this?
Sylvia, there's Xanathar in there. Go get him.
Xanathar!
Just blatantly lies.
Xanathar that happened to be drowned for some reason.
Can I try to, like, climb up there?
Well, I mean, you can go up the tower.
Just okay. Yeah, I guess
I'll just bust down the door. Just kind of
spider crawls up the wall.
Yeah, as you go in, there's a staircase leading up to the 2nd floor.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll just run there.
Yeah, and
I guess I'll follow afterwards.
Yep, as you go up, there are a bunch of swords just sort of scattered on the ground that you can see within the tower, but you don't really pay them any mind as you run up to the 2nd floor, where you get a better view of what's happening. Ayal, where are you going in all this? Are you staying where you are?
Window, I guess.
Yeah, through the window? Okay. Yeah, you go in the window. So in this room, there's this sort of soot-stained fireplace with a lidless iron cauldron hanging on an iron hook in its hearth, with a sort of wizard's portrait above it on the mantelpiece. The floor is just littered with shards of, like, broken glass, burnt scraps of paper, pieces of metal, bird droppings. It's all sort of run down. There's furnishings like a rocking chair and the remains of a bookshelf shrouded in thick cobwebs. There's a window and several arrow slits. The window is the window is where Ayal just came in. But yeah, in the middle of it, you see 3 drow figures. One of them walking away from the cauldron and holding something in his hand. And looking at these figures, you recognize all 3 of them. 2 of them you saw on the night where you met with Laeral Silverhand. You see the one that looked rather effeminate and his companion. The third of which, Thalos and Sylvia, you remember killing this individual.
Thalos smiles. Oh, It's good I'm gonna get to kill you a second time.
Well, I know who I'm
Get the
going
goofy
to
meme.
go
Get the
against.
goofy meme.
Fuck. Do it again.
Reese is practically
Here's the man comes
frothing at the
back, I'll
mouth, ready to
fucking do
tackle
it
the one
again.
holding whatever the fuck that is. Probably the stone.
Yeah, the effeminate one is holding the stone.
I'm gonna tackle.
And what's going to happen is I
The
am
ground.
going to activate Necrotic Shroud.
Well, why don't you do that on your turn after we roll initiative?
Ooh.
Nah, I'm doing it as soon as I see the guy.
Well, that
16.
would still be after initiative is rolled. Okay, Sylvia 16,
21.
21 for
That is
Kyle.
a
17.
12.
17 for Thalos, 12 for Reese, and Ace is not there. Let me do some rolls on my part.
That's not really gonna make a difference here, Chief.
That's fair.
This is literally like, oh, it's a main quest, but you, the caster, yeah, you don't actually get to do anything.
Well, okay. Sylvia, what's your dex mod again?
+5.
+5. Okay. All right. Isle is up first.
Alright, so there's feminine man, there's not dead guy, and then there's a random third guy.
Right.
Make the corpse die again.
That's your job. I'm going for the feminine man.
He is the one holding the stone, so there is that.
Yep.
All right.
Alright, since no one's next to him, you know the rules.
Going for insightful fighting.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and make your check.
That's a insight check, right?
Yep. Never mind. You rolled a 1.
So did I.
Oh, you rolled a 1. What's your insight?
5.
5. And that's better than his deception. So
We both did piss poor, but I was just
yeah, you
barely
both
better.
sort of like stumble around for a moment. But yeah,
we just started like parrying blows, just like amateur swordsmen.
yeah.
Just slapping in the exact same motion like 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
Before I all just thinks to just go from the other side.
Alright, so now I attack with it. Do I get advantage or just sneak attack?
Just sneak attack, not advantage.
Okay. I don't know why I keep on thinking I get an extra something other than just sneak attack with it.
Because advantage does give you sneak attack.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's a 19 plus whatever it is.
I mean, that hits.
Rapier, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So 1d8 plus 2d6. Alright, so the 8 plus 4 is 12, and then 2d6 is 9. 12 plus 9 is 21.
21. Okay. Thalos.
Yeah. So the guy that died before, he's
Mhm.
gonna die again.
Okay. As you approach him, he like gives a predatory grin and says,
I will look at him and say, "You remember me? Because you're about to forget when you die."
"Oh, I was hoping to see you again."
No, it sounds like a mirror.
And I will use Necrotic Shroud.
You use that and nothing happens.
Oh,
Remember?
how is that magic?
It's a magic.
Dumbass.
It's a magical effect. It's not a spell, but it's still magic.
But it's
Exactly.
not. If I go to spells, it's not in my spells.
Right, it's not a spell, but it's still a magical effect.
Nah. All right, fine then. I'll just attack
No
him.
from him, boss.
RJ, just no.
Can you attack as a bonus action?
Well, it's like, here's the thing. You didn't explain to me
okay.
that necrotic shroud is magical.
That's the point, RJ.
I thought it was an innate ability. If I knew it was magical, I wouldn't have used it.
Make an intelligence check.
Know that necrotic shroud is magical.
Yeah, make an intelligence check. And if you roll,
see if Val's smarter than RJ.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You would know that it's magical.
Yeah, because I didn't know that.
I mean, the anti-magic field applies to literally anything that is a magical effect. We are in real-world rules while in this tower.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't know because I thought it was an innate ability for my character.
Innate abilities can be magical.
All right. Then we're just going to go for the stabby wabby.
Go for it.
Here comes Gribble.
I laugh at your real world rules, by the way.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha?
Yeah, the first attack's a nat 20.
Of course it is.
And the second attack is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
17. 17 just misses.
Oh, okay, fine then. You eat one.
Mm-hmm. And it's a crit. Yeah, he's sort of the one he parries with his scimitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
6 doubled is
12.
12 and then plus 3.
So 15.
And then because I hate this guy, I'm going to use action surge.
Okay. For another 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Or wait, is it another 2 attacks? His 2-weapon fighting work?
Is it?
I need to double check. Okay, no. It's one more attack because 2-weapon fighting is your offhand attack is a bonus action, and action surge just gives you an action.
Okay. 15 plus 5 is mod 20.
Yeah, that one hits.
All right. And he's taking max on that one, so 8 plus 3.
So 11.
11.
Okay.
Whippity whap.
Mm-hmm. Sylvia.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to jump up with my short sword and try to swing it at the undead guy's head.
Okay, go for it. What?
Do I not get a turn at all?
You get one later in initiative because you got a 12. Right?
Oh, never mind.
I got a 16.
Go.
I thought you got higher.
18 plus 7.
Yep, that hits.
And that's 11 points of damage.
Make this faggot regret coming back to life.
Well, okay then.
And I'm going to try to use a key point.
Flurry of blows.
Flurry of blows.
Flurry of hose.
Two more attacks. Pop.
Flurry of hose. That sounds like something Sean would.
That's a modified 20.
That does sound like something.
That does hit.
What? That's 4 plus 5, so 9.
4 plus 5, so 9. So 9 damage. Okay, yeah.
Yes. And shit. The last one is just bad.
Okay.
I missed by a long shot.
Okay.
Yeah. That guy that came back to life.
He's gonna die. Yep. Well, alright. Now it is their turn.
No, I put up a picture for him.
Oh. Oh, yeah. The two other than that guy are going to use. Well, let's see. No one engaged the third one, but the effeminate-looking one is going to take the disengage action and pass the as a bonus. He's going to pass the stone over to his other companion, the third one. And the two of them are both going to jump out the window.
Oh, you regret starting a chase with a bird boy.
And
yeah.
as they both leave the window and the range of the anti-magic field, they both turn invisible.
God damn it.
That's kind of horse shit.
What?
Now I'm angry.
Welcome to the required to lose fight.
Well,
Very
maybe.
angry.
There might be... things might change.
You would have to have... barring whatever's going to continue happening, you'd have to have insane damage output to have caught them right there.
Very angry.
At any rate, the undead guy is going to draw his pistol, and he is going to shoot. And he's going to shoot at Thalos.
Two can play this game, motherfucker.
I see your gun is as big as mine.
And two can play at the Nat 20 game as well, apparently.
Nah, that's being automatically denied. My armor has an effect where it just denies all Nat 20s.
Funnily enough, at a higher level, Reese will be able to do that.
Wait, what?
At level 6, your grave cleric ability lets you cancel out crits if you're in range.
I see.
But as it is, let's see, that would be a total of 14 piercing damage and 12 poison damage for a total of 26.
Sorry, but poison damage is bullshit. It's like, oh yeah, it doesn't work on enemies, but on PCs, it's just fuck you.
It's a drow thing.
No, it's not an anything. It's a bullshit thing.
He has a point in that poison has gotten weirdly screwed over in the rulebook.
No, like if a player is using poison on an enemy, it barely does fucking anything. But when it's used on players, it's like, oh yeah, you take 10 damage and you take 40 poison damage. Fuck you.
No, for whatever reason, in 5th edition, poison has like 95 entries in the monster manual as resistance or immunity.
It is weird. I won't deny that, but that is how it works. Reese, it is your turn.
Angry good boy noises.
Angry good boy noises?
They got away with my rock. I am mad.
They're pretty. You're pretty sure they're close by still.
Yeah, well, I can't.
Aiel
There
will
are
find
other
him.
days where I want to jump out of a window. This day does not bode well.
Aiel uses passive sonar.
Oh, fuck it, I'll just the last guy here.
Damn it, why can't I have made him like a bat Aracroc? I use echolocation.
Well, fuck it, spiritual weapon.
Nothing happens.
That's fucking right. Mace.
No magic.
Magic for you.
All right.
17.
Just misses.
What?
They,
We were 17 minutes.
Fuck.
that happened to Thalos too. He got a 17 and just missed.
Listen, I'm busy being a degenerate over here, okay?
Okay. Aiel, your friends are mobbing this guy.
Fuck him. I'm going looking for the other guys.
All right.
Aiel's going to take to the air.
All right. Where do you? What exactly? Are you hovering out of the window? Are you booking it? What are you doing?
How long has it? It hasn't been that long. I couldn't have gotten that far, so I'm just going to hover out the window for a little bit and look.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Ooh, I'm good at those.
This is at the end of your turn, because you're taking your essentially your turn to investigate. And
That would be a 21.
21. Yeah, I would say that the DC for this would probably be a 25, just because you're listening for for like just footsteps, and you're like outside, so you can't quite make out the sound of where they are, but you can make conjecture.
Where like there's no one around, like they're not pushing anything or something.
Not that you can see yet, at any rate. Thalos.
All right. Well, we're gonna use second wind.
Alrighty.
Because poison damage is bullshit.
Fair.
7 plus 4. And yeah, I'm gonna whack this guy again.
Whack him.
No pistols.
Hack it, smack it.
I mean, I can hit twice or only hit once.
Yeah, unfortunately, the pistol is not that optimal a choice for him.
I can't. If I could dual wield pistols, that would be a different story.
Was that a shot? That sounded like a shot.
15 plus 5, so
that's a hit.
21, and nat 20 on the other one. Eat my ass.
All right, go for it.
All right, so we'll do the basic one first. Oh, he's taking max damage on the normal swing.
Alrighty.
So that's 11 on the normal.
Mm-hmm.
And 7 on the other one. So 7 doubled, 14.
14. So 25 total?
Then, yeah, 25 total.
Okay, he's looking very rough. Sylvia.
And then after that hit, Thalos is going to say, "Do you want to die again?"
I think I'll do the honors. I'll take my short sword and I'll try to stab him.
Thalos was saying that to like psych him out, either like surrender or die again.
Oh, he just bares his teeth at you.
All right. Guess you're gonna give me that other pistol, asshole.
Right. Short sword swing would be 17 plus 7.
Okay, that is a hit.
And 8 points of damage.
Still standing, but barely.
Knock him over.
Okay.
Punch him in the dick.
You know what? Fine.
Just dick.
You know what? I'm not even going to use a key point.
All right.
I'm going to unarmed strike to try to punch him in the dick.
Punch him in the dick.
Go for it.
Dick.
That's
the old
19 plus 7.
That's a hit.
And that's another 8 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Punch him in the dick.
I'm going to, you know how like where they wind up their punch before you know they go for it. That's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to punch him right in the dick.
You punch, and you punch so hard that you actually push it up into his body, and he just like his like eyes go wide.
How would you like your testicles to recede into you?
And just collapses.
Yeah! That felt even better the second time.
Thalos is going to crouch down to Sylvia and give her a thumbs up. Seriously, no. Fuck that guy.
At this point, the invisibility on the other two wears off.
Can I do an investigation check, or do I already know where they are?
You can see them. They are on the rooftops, making their way as far away as they can. Although, actually, before it wears off, I almost forgot. And since they're invisible, this is with advantage. Okay. Ayal.
This guy.
Ayal, does a 16 hit your armor class?
It does.
Okay. You hear a voice from the rooftops call out, "Stay!" And you see a small iron ball flying through the air towards you. And as it reaches you, it suddenly expands into a cluster of wires and metal that all wrap around you and pull your wings to your body. And you find yourself plummeting.
Oh, geez.
Because they knew they would be running from someone with wings, and came prepared. let's see, how high up are you?
It's the second story. I don't know.
Second story. You're about 30 feet up. So you suffer. I didn't roll that high. 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you impact with the ground. But now they are both visible. They are about 40 feet away from the tower. Actually, further than that because they took a turn of movement. But if you all take the same amount of movement, you can keep that pace with them.
I am not the one to be jumping.
My speed is 35 feet.
This is true. You can gain on them, but
Yeah.
Get them, little one.
But as we transition into this chase, we are going to keep the same initiative.
Yep.
So next up would be Reese.
Wait, I don't get a turn?
I'm actually going to go down and help Ayal out, because I know I'm not going to be able to chase them at all.
Ayal's turn is next. Okay. All right. How are you getting down?
The stairs?
Okay. Let me look at the map here to see. I assume you're going as fast as you can.
Yes.
So let's see. I'll say double moving. You can get to Ayal at the end of this turn. As you make your way out and to where he's standing. As for the rest of you, you think you can make your way across the rooftops, much in the way the drow are doing. You may run into some complications on the way, of course. But let me just mark down distance. Ayal, you are caught in this thing. You can attempt to break free with a strength check if you wish, as your action.
Does the strength check have to be above a 20? Because I don't have any addition to my strength check.
Well, I guess we'll see what you roll if you want to do that, or you might have another thing you want to try.
Me running isn't going to help any. So
you are currently considered restrained, so your speed is 0.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I got nothing better to do. So
all right, make a strength check.
It's not like a lock on or anything, right?
Nope.
All right. That is 18.
18, not quite.
Darn it.
You strain and you like try to push the bars just a little, but you aren't quite able to do that. And having failed, for you specifically, you are not able to make strength checks to break free for another 24 hours. Other people can try.
What the heck is this thing?
Other people can try and break you free, but you cannot.
Well, Reese just showed up.
Correct.
Yes.
But yeah, that is Ayal.
Oh no, Reese-smash.
Mm-hmm. Moving on, we have Thalos.
All right. I am going to run past the guy we just killed, and I will snatch his pistol and jump out the window.
All right, going for it.
Because I'm going to use both those pistols.
Well, are you double moving, or what are you doing? The drow I'm going
to have to double move to get up to them.
Right, double moving will get you within 40 feet of them. And in the process of that, I need to transition to over this. I would like you to roll a d20 for me.
Yeah, hold on. He has a laser pistol, right? All right, let me just add another pistola here. I'm gonna just have a bandolier of these fucking things.
It'll be El Bandito.
What you got in your
okay.
Roll it?
I didn't roll it yet. I was adding a pistol.
Mm-hmm.
18.
18. Nothing happens to you as you're running. And you're able to maintain a 40-foot distance. Oh, Bandito. Sylvia, what would you like to do?
I'm going to try to catch up with them.
Okay. Well,
And
you're
I
able.
think I could. Can I run in front of them and try to stop them from moving?
Well,
My
you're
Not that fast.
no double moving. You can get 70 feet up, which puts them within 30 feet of you.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Tina's fuck for me.
Now, you can also feel free to look at your abilities to see if you have anything else you want to do, but for now, you can go ahead and do that. And they notice that you're
Alright.
gaining on them, and they sort of exchange a nervous glance.
This half pint can move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't imagine if we had a barbarian.
Well, I guess what I could do is I could double move, and can I spend a key point?
You may. What would you like to spend it on?
I think.
Same. Double move.
Actually, no, I'm not going to spend a key point on anything.
Okay. Just give me a d20 roll then.
Alright. That is a 13.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Oh, guys, I was going to say, is this going to be another Ivy chase?
Next is their turn. They are going to just continue to put distance. You can see that the other one is currently holding the stone, not the effeminate one. So they continue to book. Which brings us... Well, they have to make d20 rolls too, I suppose. So let's see here. Ooh.
Hey!
Okay. You see the effeminate one step on something and go like, and just for a moment he almost stops, but then like shakes his head and keeps moving. You don't see what it was, but it didn't seem to affect him. The other one's fine. All right. Reese.
Cut the boy out.
Cut the boy out. Go ahead and
Untrapify him.
give me a strength check.
Into pieces.
A natural 20?
That is just what you needed.
Thank God.
Reese, you strain, and like with all of your might, you yank these wires off of Ayal's body.
Fly, bird boy, fly! Be free!
Oh my god.
What
Reese
happened? I missed
actually
it.
did it.
What happened? I missed it.
Ayal is free.
You're
free.
free. You're
The enemy
free,
bird
bird.
continuously smashes doors down.
The bird boy is free.
Be free!
I'll just like, you know what? Screw it. I'll just like stands up, spreads his wings, and just like lets out a bird.
Full American caw before he zooms off to these fucks.
Oh my god.
Alright, so
Okay.
that'll
I'm
be
not
my
going to do
turn,
anything
right?
else.
Yeah, that's Reese's turn. So yeah,
I'm
next.
not going to be able to help.
I mean,
Yeah, that's IL right now.
I mean, you can take a
Reese.
move if you like.
Yeah, it's Reese
Wait,
and
what?
You could take a move action, or you could take your movement if you like, for whatever it's worth. And you could just start heading in that direction. Is my point.
I guess I'll start heading in the general direction I saw them go from the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Not like I'd be able to get there to help, but might as well go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
I'll just follow whatever IL is flying, because I obviously can't tell where they're going after this.
sure. And next up is Ayal.
100 feet of pure air.
You just incoming Noom.
Yeah, just a jet plane.
And what would you remind us of your speed while flying?
That's why I said 100 feet. My 50 feet.
Well, it's 100 feet if you're taking your action to dash. You're also a rogue.
Yeah, you're a rogue.
Can I double dash? Do I have that?
Look at your features.
Awkward DM noises.
Do you not see cunning action in there?
Cough, cough.
Oh, okay,
Cough,
I found it.
cough. It's
So would you like to make that 150 feet?
150 feet, boy.
Oh, no.
You all look up and see a jet plane.
I was not happy.
Yup.
G.I. Joe.
I need to do some math. So, let's see. I'll say,
IL's max speed.
Yup. And you don't even have to roll on the complications table because you're flying.
Yeah.
So let's see. They're able to go that. You
Oh,
just
Pete
like
move.
that. You can catch up to them with that.
Like, they're like, oh, the midget's gaining on us, and immediately bird boy above them.
They look up and go, shit.
IL's just looks at them not happily.
That was weird.
IL, like, for one of the few times in his life, has a scowl on his face.
You can see that you're getting even closer to the docks based on the way they're heading, and they're almost there. They seem to be heading towards the docks at this point. And you've actually entered an area of the docks known as Mist Shore, which is on like the far west side of the dock ward. Anyway. Next up is Thalos.
Well, actually, should I say something about that? No, you know what? No. IL's just pissed. He just wants he just wants to catch him.
Mm-hmm.
They're heading to the forget his
I
name.
guess I'll just move up to them.
All right, you can basically stay within 40 feet of them doing that.
Within what?
40 feet, since they also moved on their turn.
All right.
You're keeping pace. But you can I also need you to make a roll on the complications table.
What's the range? Oh, the pistol is 30-90. Okay.
Yeah. So if you wanted, you could move once and then shoot with disadvantage at long range, but it's up to you.
Nah, I'll keep pace.
All right.
17.
17. You are fine. Sylvia.
Get a midget.
So where am I when it comes to like how far away they are?
30 feet.
Okay.
Well, actually, right now it would be 90 because they moved, but you can get back. Yeah.
You can get back to 20, right?
Yeah, with your by double moving.
I'll double move.
All right, so that brings you to 20 feet.
All right, and then I'm going to throw a dart at one of them.
Can you do that as a bonus action?
Oh wait, shoot.
Get their Achilles heel.
No, I can't.
All right, give me a d20 roll then.
Break your legs.
Let's see. 10.
10?
No.
Oh, yeah. Okay. As you're running through the rooftops, you look down and you see some drunk on the street who recognizes you and throws a rock at you. Make a dexterity saving throw.
What? What?
Is that Sylvia Carter running across the roof? Fuck you, boom.
All right, well, I got a modified 20.
Yeah, you dodge it no problem.
Flip them off.
You just hear a drunken like, "What are you doing on the roof?"
Oh, fuck you. I can be on the roof if I want
Is it like one of Sylvia's friends or something?
Get out of the tank. You're not my dad. I am your dad. Get out of the tank.
I know that video.
All
right, it's their turn, and they are going to make their way to the docks of Mistshore and hop off the roof, and just sort of you can see there's like this big ship in the dock, like at the docks, called the Kraken's Folly, that they sort of just hop behind, not on it, just like just sort of taking a defensive position. They have reached their destination for now. Reese, what would you like to do? Start to make your way in that direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just following the noises and the drunk people screaming at each other from ceiling to ground, and
Getting there will probably take you a couple rounds, but you can do so.
Okay.
Now, Ayal, you are very capable of catching up to where they were, where they went.
All right, I'm not going to be stupid enough to go toe-to-toe with two of them, because it's going to take a little bit for the rest of my party to get there.
This is fair.
So I can still see them. How far away? They're 60?
They are currently 60 feet away from you.
All right, let me just take a quick look-see. Interesting. What's the status of the rock?
Currently held by the sort of the other one, not the effeminate one.
Could I theoretically use my bow and arrow to shoot the rock out of his hand?
I would say that would be a called shot. That would probably be disadvantage, and he would have bonus to his AC. It would be difficult, but you could certainly try.
Not much I can really do otherwise. I mean, I suppose I did get a good shot on the other guy, but he doesn't have the rock.
Fucking do it.
Do the rock shot?
Do it.
I'll do the rock shot, screw it.
And there's not really a big problem if you lose, so...
Channel your inner spine ripper.
Alright. Go ahead and make an attack. Go ahead and make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Channel his inner spine ripper. This guy would be in for the worst headache of his life.
IL throws a giant elk.
Brilliant.
22.
22. With disadvantage and all. Hold on.
Yeah, if I didn't have disadvantage, it would have been in that one.
Oh boy. You guys are really good rolls, you know that? However, with the bonus to his AC from the cover, that would just miss.
Damn it.
Yeah. It was worth a shot, though.
Yeah.
A shot?
I like graze his fingers.
And they look up towards you.
Avenging angel in the sky, 60 feet away.
Thalos, you can get up to them if you want.
Get naked.
I'll move up to the side of the boat, not their side, the opposite side.
So for some context, I'm just going to give you a map of the docks, so you can have a sense of what you're looking at. Okay, so basically, they are at the far south end of the dock, so like all the way over there, and the giant boat in question is the one I was talking about.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like there's not like another side to the boat you could get on.
Okay.
Over the boat.
Over the boat.
Can I just stay out of their view for now?
Yeah. Well, I'd say make a stealth check because you were chasing them.
Okay. The fuck? Um, 16.
Okay.
Okay.
Noted. You think you might be hidden? You're not entirely sure. Also, there are people on the boat. I should mention, just a bunch of crew. Like, there are people around, but you're able to approach these people, and people don't seem to be interfering with you directly. Sylvia, you can get up to them if you want.
That popped into my head, and I just...
Can I be on the boat? Can I jump on the boat?
Sure. The crew just sort of is confused. And
okay. I will proceed to try to tip the boat.
What?
How? It's a big
What?
boat.
Oh,
It's a
damn.
ship. Are you gonna
It's a
haul?
like
ship.
you're looking at the
I was
picture,
thinking
right?
like a paddle boat. No, I was not.
Yeah, so you see the
I'm
little
thinking a
squares?
paddle boat.
You see those little squares? You fit on one of those squares.
Damn it!
Reading the
Okay.
map explains the map.
Does not look at map. I will tip this large boat.
Yes.
Okay, I will jump on
Sylvia
the boat,
smash.
and I will try
Sylvia
to
probably
tip
would try to tip a large
a
ship by herself.
single person off of the boat.
So
How
wait,
about that?
say again?
I will try to flip one person off from this boat.
Just a random crewman that is just a
Yes.
citizen of the city.
Yes.
God damn it.
Okay.
Send the dumbest man meme again.
Just make make an athletics check.
Okay.
I'm very
He's
confused.
having a midlife crisis, I think.
That's a 17. 18 minus 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. I did it.
A man is overboard and will probably be able to recover. I'm not sure what you were accomplishing there.
He has a name. No, that was honestly it. Honestly, I blanked out and I was looking at memes, so that was my plan all along.
Oh my god.
Okay. Weird flex, but okay.
Sit down, you're rocking the boat.
Go on.
All right. The two drow are going to aim at Ayal. How far away did you want to be?
I didn't move, so I was 60 feet away.
Yeah?
Okay, you're 60 feet away.
It's because you keep saying it. It's in my head.
Plus vertical, so
Yes.
whatever.
They're going to take aim and fire at you with
Why were you
disadvantage
so
because of your
accusatory
distance.
when you did?
Okay, so they have disadvantage on these shots. So the first one is 18 to hit,
Damn. Yeah, that hits.
and the other one is a 16 to hit.
Yeah, both hit. Damn it.
You say damn, but you got like a 21 on disadvantage.
This
That's
is true.
Mhm.
Okay, that would be one is
I'm probably
13.
dead. Those are 2 gunshots, right?
One is 13 plus 4 poison damage for a total of 17,
Yeah, I'm dead.
and the other one is 9 piercing plus 9 poison for 18.
Yeah, I'm dead.
All right, Bird Boy falls from the sky
What? Holy fuck!
and is unconscious.
Ah! I'm not a healer.
I am, and I'm coming up on
Let's
them.
get ready for death saves.
God damn! No!
Don't die before I get there, dumbass.
All right,
I
Reese.
just blanked out and knocked somebody off of a boat for no reason. I could have been saving you. Oh
Reese.
wait, but I
We
also
know.
can't fly.
With a double move, Reese, you can get 70 feet away from this chaos.
Away from what?
From the docks, from where they are, you can get 70 feet away from them. Which actually,
I'm trying to
Doctor
get
from
to
them.
IL.
actually, come to think of it, that would put you 10 feet away from Ayal with a double move.
What?
You can get
Cut out a bunch of
You can get 10 feet away from Ayal with a double move, since he was 60 feet away.
Oh yeah, you know what? I only need to be 30 feet within him to keep him from not dying.
Okay. Would you like to do that then?
Actually, no, I'll go right up to him and do Cure Wounds. I don't give a shit.
You can't go right up to him.
God damn it.
With a double move, you can get within 10 of him, is what I said.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I'll stay exactly 60 feet away from...
Nice.
And use Healing Word.
So wait, okay.
What?
Which would put you 120 feet away from the drow.
What?
Ayal is 60 feet away from the drow.
Okay.
You said you want to be 60 feet away from Ayal to heal it.
I don't want to be part of that shit.
Okay, so I'm saying, like, it's going to be difficult for you to contribute to combat if you stay that far away. It's up to you,
Well,
but...
At least if he's alive, he can get away. Move back, come to me, I can heal him more.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
I don't have that many hit points. I don't want to die today. Thank you.
Alright, 120 feet. Noted. And go ahead and roll your... Well, actually, you don't roll your healing, because you're a Grave Cleric. And he's he's unconscious.
Exactly.
Alright, how much health does he get back?
8.
Alright.
Also noted that Guiding Bolt has 120 feet radius. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Okay. Actually,
Wow.
Healing Word's a
Make a
bonus
run for
action.
it.
Ha! Do
Well,
it!
Guiding Bolt one of the drow.
Alright, which one?
The one with the
Whichever
stone.
one I'm in range of.
Either of them.
The one
The
with
effeminate one. Fuck
Okay.
the stone guy.
Well, the effeminate one is not holding the stone, but you can
Okay,
shoot.
fine, the guy who has the stone.
Okay, go for it. And Ayal, you have 8 hit points.
Yeah, I put him back.
Alright.
Hey, Quinn. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Quinn.
Good.
Hey, Quinn.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Woo!
Good.
Oh my god.
Through you.
That DM noise.
Oh my god.
Okay, hold on. We've got 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I was like 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 damage.
Doubled.
Baseline.
Ooh.
Doubled, which is 40,
Whew.
plus 3. Hey, look, it's a magic number again.
Wait, where?
Oh my god.
Wait, there's a +3? Where's the +3 come from? I thought
Oh,
it.
sorry, no. Never mind. Not plus 3. I was looking down one.
Yeah, spells are
So it's just 40.
usually a flat roll. But so
No,
yeah.
it was a different spell.
Yeah,
but
okay. Yeah, that he didn't.
40.
This giant bolt of light, Thalos, you see it streak right by you and into the face of this drow, who just crackles with light, and he screams and covers his eyes. Which drow are particularly sensitive to light. It didn't do more damage to him, but he certainly didn't enjoy that.
Do you know that video where it's Neil deGrasse Tyson going "Mew," and then hits the fucking tank?
I haven't seen that one
you
specifically.
say.
Haven't seen it specifically, but I can picture it.
Yeah.
All right, Ayal, 8 hit point wonder.
Point one. I was going to take to the sky again.
No!
Pissed that he got shot out of it twice. And then do the short bow again on the...
It's
maybe
been
I shoot
more.
the one that reached the shot.
Actually, okay. I should be. I think it's been less than a minute technically. If you wanted to go after the one you still have insightful fighting on,
Oh, yeah. Has it been less than a minute?
I think so.
Well, I can do that. Yeah,
we didn't leave
fighting
initiative. Yeah, it's almost
do it
been a
then.
minute. Okay, so go for it.
Please tell me this is it.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
that. 20.
Is it?
Yes.
What?
Good.
Damn.
Did you just summon that?
The moment Ethan said nat 20 is when I rolled it, and then it just landed on nat 20 on the last time he said it.
He summoned it.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and roll.
Ethan freaking summoned the nat 20.
Like, I don't know why you're leaving the quest. I don't know what you're gonna do. I'm like, oh, you poor soul.
Ethan, I'm about to ruin this campaign's entire career.
Not having to channel my energy into my own character, I can
Oh, yes,
channel
did
it
I
to
find the
everyone
full
else.
Fuck yes. Okay.
Not that I really know.
Tyler, kill him dead.
For this thing.
Remember, the sneak attack dice are also doubled.
Oh, they are double too?
Yes, it's a crit.
Oh, I didn't know they were doubled. I thought it was just the damage of the...
All dice are doubled on a crit.
Oh, well, how much health does this guy have?
Enough.
Does he have 32?
He does take that. He is still standing. He didn't
He is
like
still
that.
standing. I almost had max damage.
The arrow just flies right into his shoulder, and he just goes and just clutches at it. Neither of them look very happy right now, but it is now Thalos' turn.
Hey, Alice.
I know. Hold on.
I'm dead.
Please watch that while we are paused.
making
It's
myself
only 9
a
seconds
snack.
long.
Also watched it. It is
He
delightful.
was making a sandwich.
It is what?
Cream cheese sandwich.
In character.
Oh, wait, 32 plus 4, because I forgot to add the 4 to the...
Even better.
36.
I
36.
can hear you over all the chatter. Just type it.
Quinn.
Delightful.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, that...
Yeah, I added it.
Alright.
Do you agree now, Quinn?
Oh, I didn't watch it yet.
Watch it, it's 9 seconds long!
Okay, fine.
It's just a delayed reaction, like, the arrow goes into his shoulder, he flips it back, a few seconds later, it just goes, the arrow is like, oh wait, I forgot.
Yes.
It just goes a little further deeper.
Yep.
So I'm going to make a request.
Okay.
Just this once, let me dual wield pistols.
Oh.
Thinks about it.
Him jump in like a buddy cop movie, just
Maybe.
firing them akimbo.
I
Let
will
me
allow
go
it.
akimbo. Yes.
Damn it.
He got him. I don't.
Do
have
not
your
deny
horn,
the
but-
man his simple pleasures in life.
So this is what's going to happen. I'm going to go up on the boat
Okay.
to go over, and I'm going to stand on the railing and looking down at these two drows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to jump off the boat and just foot dive into the one with the stone.
Okay.
To get him on the ground.
Okay. That I'm not going to let you dual wield. Okay. You can do one. That would be. I would count that as one of your attacks.
Well, no, it's I'm not gonna get him on the ground. It's mainly just for flavor.
You can do like a superhero landing in front of him if you want.
All right, I mean, fine. I mean, I was gonna make it where I'm on top of him, but all right, I'll jump down right next to him, point both guns at his head. This one's for you, Ethan. And Thalos will say, "Wolf."
Okay.
And yeah, we're gonna go for a double headshot.
20, net 20, net 20.
Specifically the one with the stone. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this Dallas right now?
One was a 3. The other was 14 plus 5.
Ooh, what is this? I'm keeping this one.
The second one hits.
Oh yeah. So
He got a little too carried away.
how would you like to take max damage, fucker?
How much is that?
12.
12. All right. They're both looking kind of almost equally hurt, but it is now Sylvia's turn.
Now that I just finished throwing an innocent guy overboard.
For no
I'm going to
reason.
look for no reason. Let's start a riot. Yeah. No, I'm going to actually go after, the people I'm supposed to, and I will jump down near Thalos.
Okay.
And I will swing at one of the boys. No, I'll actually go after the one of the stone.
Okay, the same one Thalos did.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Nat 1.
You just sort of like swing it, and he just sort of kicks you out of the way.
Alright, fine. I just need that rock, and I'll try to punch his arm.
Okay.
Unarmed strike.
Go for it.
8 plus 7.
15, not quite. He just sort of blocks you with his short sword.
I did what I needed to do.
Well, I've done everything I can do.
Well, that's all I
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, realistically, okay. One of them is going to aim at Thalos, and the other one at Ayal.
Yeah, they're not even thinking of me as a threat. Oh god.
I should have done Shield of Faith. I'm sorry, Ayal.
Ayal still have disadvantage on you because of range. That one's only a 9.
Yay!
And Thalos, that is going to be only a 12.
Ha.
Alright, so they're looking a bit frustrated. Reese,
Yes.
it is your turn.
How about Guiding Bolt at 2nd level?
Alright, which one are you targeting?
The one with my rock.
Go for it.
Sorry, I don't know if you can hear the cat meowing and my mother arguing at him.
I cannot. It's all good.
It's background noise. So I might have to retire the smoky dice.
Take it, it's a miss.
No.
20.
Or was it it's another 20? Jesus.
But this time it's natural.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Is it another nat 20? Okay.
It's the smoky dice, alright? Think to that.
Okay. Roll damage.
Hold on. 3, 8.
By the way, I saw this and then just immediately thought of Sylvia.
14. 16, 17, 18, 19. 19.
Yeah, but just add on. Won't you pay for everything?
So that 19 and then doubled for crit?
Yes.
How do you want to do this?
Replay that video, please.
No.
Except more explosions this time.
So there's a large explosion, and that leaves a charred corpse in its wake. And the stone topples to the ground. At this point, the surface of the water breaches behind them as a massive mechanical construct emerges that appears to be shaped like a dragon turtle. But it appears It appears to be a sort of vessel of some kind. And it just sort of emerges. And you see the last remaining drow look at it frantically. And look at the stone on the ground.
Can I bonus action summon my spiritual weapon, please?
You may, and you may also attack with it. Well, wait. What's the range on it?
It's 60 feet. I'd have to move up, but I want to bring it out.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
I appreciate
This is mad.
I appreciate the Thunder Cross split attack.
I have yet to actually watch JoJo, but it's one of my favorite reaction memes to keep using.
It's like, it's funny because that move does literally nothing. Like, it's used once in, like, episode 8 of the entire show, and fails.
It also fail, yeah.
Yeah, and it never comes up again. And, like, they hype it up so much, and it does nothing. Anyway. Ayal. You still haven't... I think this is your last round with insightful fighting on this guy.
Alright, I'll take it.
And actually, well... No, Sylvia was on the other guy, so that might be relevant next turn. Anyway.
Yeah, I just attacked the guy, and he's just like, I'ma shoot at the bird.
Yep.
Ayel, if you come here, I can heal you more.
Why did this happen?
RJ!
How did that happen?
Ayal, you're taking your shot?
Yeah, my tab got screwed up.
Okay. Actually,
That is an 18 plus 6, 24.
That is a hit. And your short bow has very good range. It's just double checking.
It does. So 3d6.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and that would be a 4, 6, and plus 4. So that would be 18, right? Yeah, 18.
Okay. Alright, he's looking very rough. And it is now Thalos' turn.
Alright. Well, anyway. Whippity whap.
Time to slap.
Pretty much.
So as you just, in one smooth motion, sheath your pistols and draw your long swords.
Yep. Put both the pistols away, draw the swords.
Just pull a full reaper and just drop the guns and pick up the swords as you put them down.
Yeah, just toss his guns in now. It's dumb. I'm going, it's a 14 plus 5 and a 17 plus 5.
Both hit.
Alright. Four plus 3 is 7. 13.
How do you want to do this?
Alright. I'm going to take one sword, stab him in the gut, and then take the other one and chop his head off.
Done and done.
Sylvia did absolutely nothing.
That's not true. You dodged a rock.
You punched the guy in the balls.
You did the old dick twist.
And you threw someone off of a boat for no reason.
Right.
And you dodged a rock.
Wait,
I dodged a rock. Oh man, I should have just grabbed the rock or tried to grab the rock, but whatever.
Sylvia,
Charlie Brown. I killed a man. I healed Al. I dodged a rock.
Is there anything you'd like to do, Sylvia? Immediately, briefly staying in initiative order, just for a moment. Anything at all, or just collecting yourself? That's valid if you don't have anything in particular.
I could check his pockets.
Okay, nothing in particular catches your attention. Reese, what about you? Just getting
the rock.
All right, so you're making your way over there. So you're 60 feet away. Okay, resolving the last thing before we can go out of initiative order. At this point, the mechanical dragon turtle belches out a large cloud of steam that comes out in a 30-foot cube. I would like both Thalos and Sylvia to make dex saving throws.
Oh.
Oh my.
Hi.
Big.
I'm gonna die right now.
You got a 9.
I got a 9.
A 9.
I got a 17.
Okay. In that case, Sylvia, you take 25 points of fire damage. Thalos, you take 12. And
I'm basically dead.
At that point, the as you're suddenly covered in this scalding cloud of steam, and as it clears, you see the dragon turtle start to swim away.
Why though?
Asshole!
Got one guess.
It appeared to it seems like it was programmed to do something specific in this instance, and
It was what?
it seems like it was. It doesn't. It's a construct, so it was probably designed to do this specific thing. Probably predicated on the assumption that after it surfaced, people would jump on it and it would carry them away. However,
It's an escape vehicle.
yes, you kind of killed the people who were going to jump on it.
The getaway driver just booked it.
Yep.
All right then.
All right, and you're able to all gather around the Stone of Golorr. As
All
Like the
this
Stone of
horror.
Golorr.
after all this time,
Oh.
and for reference, this is what it looks like.
Looks like just a rock.
Ew, does it have
like a rock of
It has
eye.
it has a series of 3 eyes down the middle.
This is disgusting.
Fleshy eyes or crystal eyes?
They look more or less stone-ish, or
Damn it.
crystally.
Just replace those eyes with googly eyes, and it's perfect.
I don't know about perfect, but okay.
Ew.
What would you all like to do?
It looks like a finger.
Oh,
Yeah, you take it, Reese.
all right.
Rebecca,
Reese.
what kind of fingers are you looking at?
Reese, as you pick it up, you hear, "Hello. What's your name?"
Oh, hi.
Hey, Hal.
Wait, does it
It's
speak?
Tom.
Can we all hear that?
No, only Reese can hear this.
Oh.
Hi,
Damn.
my name is Reese.
Hello,
Reese.
Reese. Would you like to attune to me?
What the fuck?
Very-
Yes, I would.
Very good. I look forward to our partnership.
Reese, are you talking to yourself?
No, The Rock is talking to me. This is probably like Reese fucking losing his mind over getting it. It's like he finally snapped.
Yeah.
Reese, everybody
turns
is
to everyone,
dead.
The
and
Rock
now you're
speaks to
talking
me.
to a rock.
It's
You,
my rock.
You all right in the head? You're talking
I'm
to a
fine.
rock.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Golorr. I am a creature.
Did it say that out loud, or can
No,
we not hear it?
No, Reese is hearing this.
Only Reese.
Okay.
Yeah. I am a creature that you would refer to as an aboleth.
And
Oh,
what?
no.
I was transformed into this form in order to preserve my knowledge.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want it. Aboleths, thank you.
No, please, thank you. Deal with it.
No,
I'd rather kill you and throw the stone into the water.
No,
Alright.
it's mine now.
Would you like to take a half hour to attune to the stone?
Yeah.
Okay. After you do
I
so,
don't know if I'll do it right there though.
okay. Would you like to expedite things? Would you all like to go back to the bar?
Yes.
We'll go back and take a short rest.
Yep.
Yeesh.
Mm-hmm.
I need longer than that. I'm crispy.
The stone says.
Crispy.
The stone says, "I take it you're looking for the Vault of Dragons."
For multiple reasons, yes.
I can tell you where it is and give you some tips on how to get inside. The rest will be up to you.
Okay.
However, I should warn you, it will be difficult. There is a
I'm sure it will.
there is a charm protecting the vault. The vault is on the surface level in the sea ward of Waterdeep. However, there is a memory charm over the entire structure and its surrounding area. You may have passed it and seen it in the past, but upon leaving its premises, all memory of the vault and any information that has been told to you is gone. This includes the information I am describing to you right now. If you were to visit the vault and then leave, you would forget about it. However, this can be circumvented by attuning to me, which you have just done. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Your companions, however, will need other means.
I'll get them some notebooks.
Returning to the vault after losing your memories of it will also return your memories of it. In this way, the employees of the vault don't know what their actual jobs are until they are on its premises.
That's kind of horrifying.
There are 12 employees in total. I can tell you where to find 3 of them. And upon doing so, you will have to devise a way to get their memories back and then find out what they know about the interior.
Okay.
After you do so, I can recall information about 3 more of these individuals, and if you so wish, we can go through all 12 employees in this way. But be warned, the longer you take, the more likely that your enemies may move into position as well.
Yeah, I might not do all 12.
One last thing. The person in control of the vault is a friend of Lord Neverember, but he appears as a dwarf named Barrock Clanghammer, but his true identity is that of a gold dragon named Aranax.
Excuse me, what?
Oh no.
Okay! That's not good!
You will likely have to contend with him.
So, does he have a third leg? Is that why they call him Clanghammer?
Oh.
God damn it.
I look forward to seeing you attempt this heist. This should be very fun. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
I get the feeling this poor thing is bored.
I also just picture like title screen, like, well, that was the intro. Well, this is the main part of the story.
More like the final chapter. And I'll say it's probably late, so you'll all probably be taking long rests after this, which will also bring you to level 5.
Fuck yes!
Yo. Was it worth it?
Wasn't there.
However, I will also...
I wasn't there, but I did shit, motherfuckers. Through the power of the internet.
Yes. I will add the Stone of Golorr to your inventory. However, I have added a alternate version I made, which is a player version, because there is some information on the full stat block of the stone,
okay.
which you are not privy to.
Gotcha.
Also, we need to do some rolling.
Yeah.
We need to what?
Rolling?
We need to roll on a couple tables real quick. Go ahead and roll me a D100. As you after
what?
a D100 after you attune to the stone. I actually should have done this once you attune.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Artifacts have random properties.
Oh shit.
Some good, some bad.
Okay, just save that. Hold on. You and you. That's a 74.
74. Ooh. I'm gonna have to. All right, I'm gonna have to make a decision on that. Essentially,
What?
Essentially, that means you have gained the ability to cast 1 second-level spell chosen by me from the stone. But after doing so, you roll a d6 and on any roll besides a 6, you lose that spell for the day. So it's once a day with a caveat.
Okay, hold on. Let me level up first, and then.
I will.
Quick.
Yeah, I will add these things for you.
All right.
Just give me one more D100 roll, and that'll be it.
D100. Okay.
Yep, that was your beneficial property. Now for your detrimental property.
Yay! Negatives. 33. What?
While attuned to the artifact, all holy water within 10 feet of you is destroyed.
What?
Wait, all holy water within 10 feet of me, what?
Is destroyed.
That is fitting!
Well, I already got rid of my holy water.
Yep.
Quinlan, I can't.
That's funny.
Why does that fit so well? Oh, fuck.
Ooh, and I get 2 attacks.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
which means you get 3 attacks. Because you
Which means I get 3 attacks. Oh, shit.
I get uncanny dodge.
Yep. Yes. So Sylvia, as your main action, you get 2 attacks. And then
Ooh.
as your bonus, you
Oh.
get a 3rd attack, or if you spend a key point too. So you
Oh
you
my
can
God.
get 4 attacks a turn if you spend a key point.
I already get 4 attacks.
Well, that's if you action surge.
no.
No?
I get to swing 4 times.
You get 3, I believe, because it's when you take the attack action and you get a 2nd attack.
Well, the way two weapon fighting works is if you swing, you swing, you swing, you swing.
No, your offhand is a bonus action. It's not the attack action. It's a side.
Oh. Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't get extra attack off of your offhand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quinn,
Yeah.
it's not showing me specific ones again. It's just giving me all of them.
Like spells?
Yeah.
Like
I
not
only need to pick one more, but
All right, I need to go.
All right.
Bye.
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 Oh, let me